Hey everyone, my name is Sean and this is Sean Stocks. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue talking about the underdog, the lucky stock, the one and only CLOV, CLOV. The last couple of days for this stock have been pretty intense, and we even saw some big movement happening on Thursday that's pretty unexpected. Take a look at this real quick with me. On Thursday, we saw this stock all of a sudden, without rhyme or reason, just jumping up to $8.56, $8.56, a 6.5 increase in the price of this stock. And you kind of wonder, you kind of think to yourself, oh geez, is this another big thing that's going? Is this some sign that we are in the right place for this stock? I think so. I definitely think so. I definitely think that this stock is heavily undervalued. It should be well above where we are currently right now, even above the $8 range especially. But I tell you what, when I see this stock under $8, between $7 and $8 range, that is my super buy area. That's when I've been buying like crazy, getting in, trying to bring my average down, which is currently $8.20, $8.30, right around there, and really trying to bring it down to hopefully under the $8 price range. That would be freaking nuts if I'm able to tackle that and get that done. But when you see movements like this happening on Thursday, you're like, oh my God, is this really happening? Are we going to see this happen more and more often? Because I definitely hope so. Because when you see movements like that, you know that there's some big things coming for this stock. You know that there's heavily manipulated, trying to keep this price down for this stock. And you really think about the potential that this company has. And you're like, okay, we are at a pretty low point right now in terms of price. Is that a bad thing? No, it's a good thing in the meantime, because guess what? You can get more shares for less amount of money. And so that's what I've been doing across these last couple of weeks. Every single day, it feels like I'm living the dream, living the meme. This meme right here. I should buy more shares, CLOV. I should buy more shares of CLOV. That's me every single freaking day. And I have been. I absolutely have been. Not necessarily every single day, but definitely most days of the week. Dollar cost averaging, putting in more money from hobbies that I have and things like that as well. And it's been keeping me busy. But hey, I want to continue making videos about the stock that I really enjoy and enjoy talking about as well. So that's what I've been doing. Make sure to, of course, check out the CLOV subreddit, 47.1 thousand members. We're very close to having 50,000 members within our subreddit. Definitely really exciting stuff. But you take a look at the price movements past that point, past Thursday, and you're like, okay, Friday we had a little bit of a dip, a little bit of a drop there. We had a pretty low morning on the 18th this morning, where we saw this price all the way at $7.74. That is really dang crazy low. And if you enjoy that, that 4 a.m. low price points that we've been seeing, make sure to check out the link in the description to open a Webull account, because you get that extended price action from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, and I definitely am taking heavily advantage of it. I know I mentioned in previous videos that if you look at my participation in the Discord and stuff, sometimes I am up pretty dang late. But for people that are all over the world, I know we got world viewers and stuff like that, or even people in Hawaii who are 6 hours behind, hey, that might be possible for you to take advantage of that 4 a.m. trading hours as well. Because, hey, that's definitely great especially when you see those prices right there. So overall, great application Webull is. But going into the price movements for the day, though, besides that early morning little bit of price action there at $7.74, we opened up the day at $7.89. And we closed today at $7.89. So zero really flat day. Pretty much not a lot of movement, which really is just going against that huge spike that we saw on Thursday to $8.56, and you're like, oh my gosh, where are we heading? Are we going up? Are we going down? Is it really indecisive? And that's kind of what it feels right now. But at least in the day, we did have a little bit of movement, upward movement, going above that volume weighted average price before falling back down again, kind of doing like a literal like triangle kind of like movement or something like that, right? For the day, we saw the intraday low at $7.75, getting again pretty close to that all-time low, or the intraday low for the entire day, or in the pre-market and stuff like that as well. But overall, pretty good to see that. And hey, great opportunity to buy in, and especially when you see the large scale order 0000 for the last 4 days. 5 days ago we did. I'm gonna acknowledge it. 0.59 million more outflow than inflow for the stock on the 12th there. But since then, not a lot of large scale orders. People know what they have, and people know what they have is pretty good. That's my opinion. That's what I've been going off of, right? Really just the great movement we've seen, and basically getting more money into a stock that I believe in, getting more money into a company as well. Of course, they're hand in hand of something that I heavily believe in, their mission, the amount of people that they reach, and everything like that. So definitely great to see. Of course, here's my YouTube channel, but let's go into the option sonar real quick, because this kind of gives us an overview of stock options for this stock that we're all invested in. Here we are looking at the 22nd, which is this Friday. We have 253,000 bullish, 20,000 bearish. But look at this. Look at this back at December 17th. This is like one of the days that, again, people have been kind of in a way looking forward to as big movements. Some people have options. I don't have, a lot of options, maybe a couple that I bought way back in the day on this stock. And again, I really don't recommend people buy options, recommend people buy shares, because at the end of the day, this is, again, my long-term investment with hopefully a great short-term potential. But again, looking at the 17th of December, 656,000 bullish, 48,000 bearish. That's a lot. That's a big difference. Basically, less than 10% is bearish for that day. So maybe we'll see some big movements before then, because that is kind of the expectation. And when we go to let's see if I can go all the way up to that date, right? When we go up to that date, we can actually see a lot of the money surrounding this $15 strike price. In the future, we got 19,439 for open interest, right? We have a lot at $12.50, a lot at $11, a lot at $10 and $9, right? So there is really below that, there's not much, right? So that is what I'm talking about. People even going $20 right there, and $22.50 going all the way up to $25. So a lot of big bullish moves for the December 17th date. And I'm not saying, get in that day. A lot of the past couple of weeks, we have been playing this game of here is the maximum pain, basically, for the stock, and we're right underneath that. That's kind of the trend that we've been going. Here's the maximum pain. Here is what you're going to get, right? So I think that really market makers are really trying to push down this stock to make sure that a lot of people are out of the money. So keep that in mind. Play the share game. Don't play the options game. That is definitely something to keep in mind. But let's go roll back a little bit the clock to today, to this week for October 22nd. As we can see here, we have a couple of key points. $8. We have 5,984 for the open interest for $8. We have 11,000 for $8.50. $9 is going to be 8,346. So again, a good amount, going all the way up to even $10 is kind of one of the last big open interest at 6,197. So maybe we can get there. That'd be a really, really big move, but like, what are the market makers doing? Where is the stock going? In terms of that, we have to see some big catalyst coming up very, very soon for this stock to see that big change. So hopefully we do. Hopefully we see that. So next, we're going to go into short interest percentage of the free float in Ortex. And if you like this video so far, please smash that like button for me. It really does help. Also, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notifications on my upcoming videos. In Ortex, we can see the current short interest percentage of the free float is sitting at 13.41%. Again, that is pretty good and pretty good amount for where we are for the stock. But the big thing to keep in mind, it's something that I have been talking about for the last couple of weeks on my videos and stuff like that, is that look at the days to cover. We are at very low volume for the stock, and I think that's something I didn't touch on earlier. The volume for the day, by the way, was 6.29 million, which is not a lot compared to the average volume of 24. So very, very low volume for the day. And if you look at the days to cover, 2.08 days. And if you look at that in history of the stock, the last time we were at this amount of days to cover was right around that June timeframe. So are we playing a game of deja vu in terms of where we are heading with this stock with that low volume, the high amount of days to cover? We got a pretty good amount of short interest percentage of the free float on the stock. Cost to borrow average 1.52, cost to borrow max 1.9% as well, with the utilization at 80.23. So we're looking at all this data and keeping in mind, where can we see this stock push? And if it does move, will it move violently? And I think it did. I think it did a couple of days ago, especially when it went to $8.56 right here. Yes, this stock can move very, very violently, very, very fast. And here we are going at the 1 minute even. Let's roll back the time there and look at that 5-day. And again, really just crazy movements that we have across this entire, and basically this the last couple of days at the very least, right? So again, I'm all for what we've been seeing, and I'm very, very bullish on the potential for this. But of course, we got other things. We got days to cover. Failure to deliver for the stock, where we have the days of 10-18. So this was today, where we had 3.69 million failure to deliver. And then we also had for the 19th, which is tomorrow, we have 1.92 million for failure to deliver, with $16 million right there as well. That's a lot. And then the next big days, I would say, would be here on November 2nd, where we have about 10 million for the failure to deliver right there as well for the dollar amount. So again, definitely key dates to keep in mind for potential big movements of this stock. We saw kind of like the day after that or whatnot on Thursday, right? Even that day, even, right? So, but the other thing, what was the other thing here? So yeah, so we covered that. The other thing to keep in mind, of course, is the trending. And we have a pretty good trending mark here, right? Clover Health is sitting at number 23. Some days we see this stock move all the way up to number 1, but some days it's not all the way up there. Right now it's at number 23, not trending as high as we would want it to. But of course, if you want to talk about the great stock that we're all invested in, make sure to check it out in all these subreddits and mention it and talk about it. Definitely very, very helpful to do so. Last but not least is this quick on the short interest information within Fintel. As we can see, we're at 71.41, which 630 out of 50, 469 for the short squeeze score. Again, not too high, not too low, but hey, I appreciate at least the ranking that we're at for that potential. And then if we scroll down there, we can see the short shares availability for the stock is at 5.8 million. That's a great amount. That's a huge amount for this stock. More than I probably would want to see, though. And then we have the short borrow fee rate sitting at 0.83. The other page I wanted to show you real quick is this institutional ownership, because, hey, institutional ownerships are really big. And it's not something that we can be like, hey, we're going to do it all by ourselves as retail investors. I think that's pretty impractical, not something that I'm saying that we need to necessarily do. But a lot of the times, institutions can really drive the price of the stock as well, and really show like how the market is going to react to information on earnings and stuff like that as well. So here we are with 202 total institutional owners, 172 long only, 7 short, and 23 mix, okay? There's long short. And so, again, pretty bullish for the long, at least for the stock, for the long potential. A lot of great institutions are in on this stock and seeing this as a great value in the long term. I definitely agree with that. And so hopefully we see that coming up very, very soon. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the meme of the day in the subreddit is I should buy more CLOV. That's me every single day. That's me every single day for the stock. Is I always feel the same way. My sentiment really hasn't changed about the stock, really about what it can do, really about what the company can do as a whole. And I'm just really, really excited to see hopefully big movements for this stock coming up very soon. Of course, get those 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300 by opening a Webull account in the description below. There's a link. And of course, you get those extended trading hours, which I definitely love as well. But I hope you've been enjoying my videos and hope you have a lucky trading day tomorrow, you lucky people. Take care. Bye-bye.